Alright, welcome everybody to another edition of Cool Party Guys Reviews. This time we're going to be talking about Captain America, the First Avenger. Starring Chris Evans and
way
Tommy Lee
better
Jones.
as Captain America than the Human Torch.
Yes.
Wait, I'm already sidetracking it. Oh my god.
The train has already been derailed.
It did. We only had a 10-second window to catch the train, and we missed it. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
It's true.
Yeah, he's way better as Captain. Like, I when they first cast him, I was so upset. Like, oh my god. But no, the Fantastic Four movies were just horrible. Like, the writing, they were just horrible.
Yeah, I was a little suspect of the idea of casting him as Captain America, but then when he showed up to Comic-Con, he was like ripped as shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, he can take steroids.
He's clearly putting in some effort. The being skinny though sucks. The looking skinny, being shriveled.
It's just
man
creepy.
is awful.
It's just creepy looking. Well, so if you don't know about the movie by now, it is the story of Captain America, Steve Rogers, getting the super soldier serum and becoming Captain America and going and fighting Hydra and the Red Skull. If you're a fan of the comics, you know all this. They don't deviate or do things too crazy from the comic origin story. And if not, you'll still be able to follow the story. It's not you need to be a fan of the comics to get this. It explains it and it goes through it. What are your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts are it's a pretty safe movie. It doesn't do anything with the superhero genre to sort of elevate it past your traditional superhero fare.
Sure.
But it's a good movie. It's very entertaining. All the actors are competent portrayals of different type of, Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull is awesome. Everything to, Tommy Lee Jones as the sort of general. Everybody does a good job.
And that's what I wanted to point out about this. Like, Tommy Lee Jones in this often acts as comedic relief. And he does so in a way that works. If you watched our Thor review, or go back and watch it, the comic relief in that movie really bothered me. And it was like, it was like the Jar Jar Binks example and, the new Star Wars movies. And this is an example of a comic book movie, being true to its source material and being a little campy and comic booky, but having comic relief that works in that universe that they've created and that character would actually deliver.
It feels like Thor, they were like, all right, here's the comic relief section of the movie. Whereas Captain America, it said, oh, how about a funny line here, or
with a character that would deliver them.
Yeah, all the comedic moments feel natural. They make sense, except for laughing at shriveled Chris Evans, which looks weird.
Right, and so what I want to say about this movie, and it's tough for me as a big comic book fan, because everything gets compared to The Dark Knight, or even Batman Begins as, what a comic book movie can be. And to me, Captain America, the First Avenger, is not The Dark Knight, but then again, Captain America, aside from, the death of Captain America and some of the stuff that recent authors have done with the character and the Winter Soldier and stuff like that, it's comic book speak, but Captain America is not Batman. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they were going
Captain America is not Batman.
Fact. But they're not going for that type of film. Like Captain America in a dark, gritty world wouldn't work. And so, no, it's not The Dark Knight, but it's Captain America, and it's Captain America done well.
It is. I don't know any other way they could tell this story without it feeling too campy or being super patriotic. It does have a little bit. The score, though, fantastic. It could have teetered on the, oh my god, but...
I'm American. They could have, Toby Keith out there singing, I hate immigrants.
But I think it's the right amount of American sort of bravado injected into the movie, but it doesn't feel like it's jamming it down your throat. Which some movies like Transformers, putting a flag in the background.
Well, let's jam our review score down their throats.
Down their throats? Well, you're always first.
Oh, I'm always first.
Because
okay.
You're a lady.
Thank you. So for me, on a scale of 1 to 5, I would give this movie at least a 3.5 and maybe up to a 4.
What the fuck is that?
I'm just giving it a range as I'm warming them into it. So I'll settle in the middle and give it a 3.8.
A 3.0.
Which isn't quite in the middle. It's a good movie, and I found myself being bored at points. Like, there's a part in the middle of the movie where it's like, hey, here's the trailer. And it's him running, doing all the captain-y stuff, and it's literally...
You were bored during that?
No, that's the part I wasn't bored. But some of the other stuff I'm like, I could have maybe chopped 15 minutes off this movie. But I liked it better than Thor. I don't think it had the visual pizzazz of Thor, but then again, it's not set in Asgard, so it's not going to. 3.8, it's a fun movie. It really gets close to 4. There are a few things that just kind of miss, some special effects that maybe, looked a little green screeny or a little CGI. But anytime you're watching the credits of a movie and one of the stunt people listed is Captain America's running double, you get an extra 0.05. So that's why it's the 3.8 and not 3.75, because he had a running double. Awesome.
All right. I'm gonna go 0.05 lower than you because I don't give a fuck about a running double.
A running double. Like Chris Evans couldn't run, or what did Chris Evans look like
Chris
running?
Evans couldn't run.
I want to see him
in a lot of the movies.
I bet he doesn't. We got to look at the credits and see how often his running double is out there doing the running.
There's full-on shots of Chris Evans.
If they can put his face on a skinny boy, they can put his face on a running double.
So it gets a 0.05 because he has a goddamn running double.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm 3.75 if you didn't do the math. It's
okay.
3.75. It's a great movie. It's very enjoyable. It's probably the best superhero movie I saw this year, which isn't saying much because most of them sucked.
X-Men First Class? Is this better than X-Men? We didn't review X-Men First Class, but that's interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
for me,
I agree.
Best comic book movie. Of the Marvel movies, I would say that it is only second to Iron Man, which is probably the benchmark for these Marvel movies.
I'd put Spider-Man 2 in there.
Oh, I'm just talking about the Avengers.
Okay, awesome.
We're not, no Spider-Man.
Right, okay.
2 problems I have with this movie. 1, going forward into the Avengers, we're going to have a lot of movies that are going to come after the Avengers, and you're going to wonder, why the hell is it just Captain America now? Why?
Yeah, where's the team?
Yeah, where's the team?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Marvel shot themselves in the foot trying to be like, oh, we're first, we beat you, Justice League, boo-boo, but you may make it awkward.
Second
problem, all these awesome characters that are introduced in the movie are no longer going to be in the sequel.
Well, so that's one thing that's kind of like spoiler-ishy, for people that follow industry news is Bucky.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Bucky is signed to a 5-picture deal.
They introduced early on the idea that Captain America is frozen in time, if you're smart, you put it together. If you're not.
But yeah, I want to give credit to what the movie should be called are badass regular dudes that serve as kind of Captain America's first Avenger team, even though they're not Avengers, but like the core team that works with them. Because those are just regular dudes, and they are messing stuff up. And they don't have any super serum soldier, and they kick some butt.
They have super-powered weapons, though. So
whatevs.
Either way, I would like to revisit this world, and I don't think we will be revisiting, which is kind of stupid. But this is a good movie. I hope they don't ruin the next one.
You should go and see it. Let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Watch our other reviews and tell us other movies you want us to check out, and we will do our best. Until next time.
Chris Evans is hot.
Ooh.
Cool party guys. Cool party guys.